Spider plants, scientifically known as Chlorophytum comosum, are popular indoor plants cherished for their elegant foliage and air-purifying qualities. In this video, we'll explore various methods for propagating spider plants, allowing you to expand your plant collection and share the joy of gardening with others. Spider plants, scientifically known as Chlorophytum comosum, are popular houseplants known for their long, slender leaves that arch gracefully from the center of the plant. They belong to the family Asparagaceae and are native to tropical and southern Africa. Spider plants are valued not only for their attractive appearance, but also for their air-purifying properties. These plants are renowned for their air-purifying properties, effectively removing toxins such as formaldehyde, xylene, and carbon monoxide from indoor spaces, making them a favorite choice for indoor gardens and office spaces. Spider plants are relatively easy to care for and can thrive in a variety of conditions, making them ideal for beginners and experienced gardeners alike. Spider plants prefer bright, indirect light, but can tolerate lower light conditions. They also thrive in well-draining soil and prefer regular watering, allowing the soil to dry out slightly between waterings. Spider plants produce long, slender stems known as runners or stolons, which bear small plantlets or spiderets at their tips. These plantlets can be easily propagated to grow new spider plants, making them an excellent choice for those looking to expand their plant collection. Propagation is the breeding of plants by using root cuttings from the parent stock. Spider plants are notoriously easy to propagate. The three most common ways to propagate spider plants are through division, stem cuttings, and plantlets. To propagate spider plants through division, gently remove the plant from its pot and separate the root ball into smaller sections. Each section should have healthy roots and at least one cluster of leaves. Once divided, replant each section in its own pot with fresh potting soil, ensuring that the roots are covered and the plant is stable. Water the newly potted divisions thoroughly and place them in a location with bright, indirect light. You can also propagate using plantlets. Spider plants produce plantlets or spiderets along the length of their stems. These plantlets can be easily propagated by removing them from the parent plant and planting them in their own pots. To do this, gently twist or cut the plantlet from the stem, ensuring that it has its own roots attached. Plant the spideret in a small pot filled with well-draining soil, burying the roots and keeping the plantlet upright. Water the newly potted spideret thoroughly and place it in a location with bright, indirect light. You can also propagate using plantlets. Spider plants produce plantlets or spiderets along the length of their stems. These plantlets can be easily propagated by removing them from the parent plant and planting them in their own pots. To do this, gently twist or cut the plantlet from the stem, ensuring that it has its own roots attached. Plant the spideret in a small pot filled with well-draining soil, burying the roots and keeping the plantlet upright. Water the newly potted spideret thoroughly and place it in a location with bright, indirect light. Stem cutting, another method of propagation, involves taking stem cuttings from the parent plant. Select a healthy stem with several leaves and use a sharp, clean knife or scissors to make a clean cut just below a leaf node. Remove any lower leaves to expose the node, then place the cutting in a container filled with moist potting mix. Keep the cutting in a warm, humid environment with indirect light until roots develop, then transplant it into its own container. Division, plantlets, and stem cutting are effective propagation methods for spider plants and can result in healthy, thriving new plants with proper care and attention. From here on out, we will refer to the divisions, plantlets, or stems as offsets. There are two primary methods you can use to plant your offsets: soil propagation and water propagation. Water propagation involves placing the offsets in a container filled with water, ensuring that the roots are submerged while the foliage remains above the water line. If you use this method, be sure to change the water every few days to prevent stagnation and monitor root growth. When using the water propagation method for spider plants, you should consider moving the rooted cuttings to soil once they have developed a substantial root system. Typically, this occurs when the roots are about 1-2 inches, 2.5 to 5 centimeters long. At this stage, the roots are well established and capable of supporting the plant in soil. To ensure a successful transition to soil, wait until the roots are visibly long and healthy before transferring the cuttings. Avoid moving them too early, as immature roots may struggle to adapt to the soil environment, leading to transplant shock. Once the roots have reached the appropriate length, gently remove the cuttings from the water and carefully transfer them to small pots filled with well-draining potting mix. Plant each cutting at a depth that allows the roots to be fully covered while keeping the stem above the soil surface. After planting, water the soil lightly to settle it around the roots and provide moisture. Place the pots in a location with indirect sunlight and continue to water the plants regularly, ensuring the soil remains evenly moist but not waterlogged. By waiting until the roots are sufficiently developed before transferring the spider plant cuttings to soil, you give them the best chance of thriving in their new environment and establishing themselves as healthy, mature plants. You can also utilize soil propagation by planting the offsets directly into moist potting soil, burying the roots and ensuring that the foliage remains above the soil surface. Keep the soil consistently moist but not waterlogged, and provide indirect light. During the propagation process, there are a few things you want to look out for. Firstly, keep an eye on the base of the cuttings, where the roots will begin to emerge. Look for the development of small white roots protruding from the nodes or along the stem. Healthy roots will appear white or light-colored, firm and plump. They should exhibit turgidity, meaning they are filled with moisture and firm to the touch. Avoid roots that appear brown, mushy, or slimy, as these are signs of rot or decay. Healthy roots will also exhibit branching, with multiple fine root hairs extending from the main root. Additionally, observe the overall appearance of the cutting's roots, looking for uniformity in color and texture. If the roots appear uniform, firm, and vibrant, it's likely that they are healthy and actively growing. However, if you notice any signs of deterioration, such as browning, softening, or foul odors, it may indicate underlying issues with root health and propagation success. Additionally, monitor the foliage of the cuttings for signs of health and vitality. Healthy leaves will remain firm, turgid, and vibrant green throughout the propagation process. Watch for the emergence of new growth, e.e., such as fresh green shoots or leaves from the nodes of the cuttings, as this indicates that the plant is actively growing and establishing itself. Notice any gradual changes or improvements in the appearance of the cuttings over time. While root development may take several weeks, you should observe consistent progress if the propagation is successful. Check the base of the cuttings and the surrounding soil or water for any signs of rot, mold, or decay, as foul odors, mushy stems, or slimy roots are indicators of poor health and potential failure in propagation. As the cuttings mature, assess the density and volume of the root system. A healthy root system will be dense, with numerous fine roots branching out from the main stem. Finally, notice if the cuttings become more stable in their growing medium over time, as well-established roots will anchor the cuttings firmly in place, preventing them from easily dislodging or tipping over. By observing these indicators, you can assess the progress of your spider plant cuttings and ensure that they are successfully taking root during the propagation process. To potentially speed up the root growing process when propagating spider plants, there are several methods you can try. Firstly, ensure that the spider plant cuttings are kept in optimal conditions, including a warm, humid environment with indirect sunlight. Ideally, maintain temperatures between 65–75 degrees Fahrenheit and consistent humidity levels. Using a rooting hormone on the cut ends of the spider plant cuttings before placing them in water or soil can also stimulate root growth. Rooting hormones contain plant hormones like auxins that encourage root formation. Starting with healthy spider plant specimens when taking cuttings for propagation is crucial. Healthy parent plants are more likely to produce vigorous cuttings with robust root systems. However, it's essential to remember that root growth takes time and varies depending on environmental factors and the health of the cuttings. Patience is key to successful propagation. After successfully propagating your spider plants, it's crucial to provide them with proper care to ensure their ongoing health and growth. Begin by placing your propagated plants in an area with adequate lighting. Spider plants prefer bright, indirect light, although they can tolerate lower light conditions. Position them near a window where they can receive filtered sunlight or artificial light if natural light is limited. In terms of watering, it's important to maintain a regular schedule. Keep the soil evenly moist, but avoid overwatering, which can lead to root rot. Allow the top inch of soil to dry out between waterings to prevent waterlogging. Choosing the right soil mix is also essential for the health of your propagated spider plants. Opt for a well-draining potting mix that consists of peat moss, perlite, and vermiculite. This combination helps prevent waterlogged soil, which can be detrimental to the plant's root system. Spider plants thrive in average room temperatures ranging from 60 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit or 15 to 24 degrees Celsius. They also appreciate higher humidity levels, especially during the dry winter months. Consider using a humidity tray filled with water or a room humidifier to maintain suitable humidity levels. To provide essential nutrients, feed your propagated spider plants with a balanced, water-soluble fertilizers diluted to half strength once a month during the growing season, spring and summer. Avoid over-fertilizing, as it can damage the plant's roots and lead to fertilizer burn. Regular pruning is another essential aspect of caring for propagated spider plants. Remove any yellow or brown leaves to maintain their appearance and encourage new growth. Additionally, trim back any leggy stems to promote bushier growth and overall plant health. Propagating spider plants is a rewarding and straightforward process that allows you to expand your plant collection or share the beauty of these resilient houseplants with others. By following the steps outlined in this video, you can confidently propagate spider plants using either water or soil methods. Remember to choose healthy parent plants, provide the right environmental conditions, and be patient as your cuttings take root and grow into new, thriving spider plants.